In the year 476, a pivotal event took place that marked the symbolic end of the once mighty Western Roman Empire. Odoacer, a chieftain of the Germanic tribes known as the Herulic Syrian Federati, seized control of Italy and assumed the title of Rex Italia, or King of Italy. This marked the culmination of a series of events that had seen the Western Roman Empire gradually decline over the preceding decades. Odoacer's rise to power was a reflection of the complex interplay between the collapsing Roman authority and the ascendancy of the Germanic people. The event had significant historical implications, as it not only signaled the end of the Western Roman Empire's sovereignty, but it also laid the groundwork for the emergence of new political entities in Europe. Odoacer's assumption of the throne symbolized a shift in power dynamics, with the Germanic tribes asserting their influence over the Italian peninsula. This marked the transition from the classical era to the medieval period, as well as the beginning of a new chapter in European history. The event highlighted the blending of Roman and Germanic cultures, resulting in a unique fusion that would shape the cultural landscape of Europe for centuries to come. The year 1305 witnessed a dramatic and tragic event that would forever leave an indelible mark on Scottish history. William Wallace, a legendary Scottish patriot and warrior, was executed in London. Wallace had risen to prominence as a leader in the fight against English domination and oppression. His efforts to resist English rule and restore Scottish independence captured the hearts and imaginations of his fellow countrymen. The execution of Wallace was not just a personal tragedy, but a profound blow to the aspirations of an independent Scotland. His steadfast resistance to English authority had made him a symbol of the Scottish spirit and a rallying point for those who sought to break free from English subjugation. Wallace's journey from a humble background to a national hero had endeared him to many, and his capture and subsequent trial only solidified his place in history. In modern times, Wallace remains an enduring symbol of Scottish resilience and the pursuit of liberty. His life and sacrifice serve as a reminder of the lengths to which individuals will go to secure their freedom and to protect their homeland. The Battle of Chaldaran, fought in 1514 between the Ottoman Empire and the Safavid dynasty of Persia, was a pivotal confrontation that had far-reaching consequences for the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East and beyond. The battle was a clash of empires and ideologies, with the Ottomans led by Sultan Selim I and the Safavids commanded by Shah Ismail I. The Ottoman-Safavid rivalry was not merely about territorial expansion, it also had religious and cultural dimensions. The Safavids were staunch adherents of Shia Islam, while the Ottomans were following Sunni Islam. The Battle of Chaldaran was thus seen as a struggle between these two branches of Islam, with both sides seeking to assert their influence over the region. The battle itself was characterized by significant military and strategic developments. The Ottoman army, armed with advanced firearms and artillery, secured a decisive victory over the Safavids. This victory solidified Ottoman control over eastern Anatolia and dealt a blow to the expansionist ambitions of the Safavids. The consequences of the battle were far-reaching. The Ottoman victory at Chaldaran marked a turning point in the balance of power between the two empires, with the Ottomans gaining a strategic advantage. The Safavids were forced to cede territory and recognize Ottoman authority over certain regions. The year 1864 witnessed a critical turning point in the American Civil War with the Union Navy's successful capture of Fort Morgan. Situated on the Gulf of Mexico in Alabama, Fort Morgan was a strategic stronghold that played a crucial role in Confederate efforts to control maritime access. The Union Navy's capture of the fort was a significant achievement in its efforts to blockade Confederate ports and cripple their economic and military capabilities. The successful operation broke the Confederate hold over the Gulf of Mexico ports, denying them essential supply routes and disrupting their naval operations. The capture of Fort Morgan had both immediate and long-term effects. The Union's control over key ports hindered the Confederacy's access to critical resources, hastening its eventual collapse. Moreover, the operation showcased the Union's growing naval capabilities and strategic prowess, foreshadowing its eventual victory. The year 1929 marked the culmination of a controversial and emotionally charged legal case with the execution of Nicola Sacco and Bartolomeo Vanzetti. The two Italian immigrants had been convicted of murder and robbery in a trial that drew intense scrutiny and ignited debates about justice, politics, and the rights of immigrants. Sacco and Vanzetti's trial was fraught with allegations of bias, unreliable witnesses, and inadequate legal representation. Many believe their conviction was influenced by anti-immigrant sentiment and radical political beliefs. The case became a focal point for protests and advocacy, with individuals and organizations worldwide questioning the fairness of the trial and the legality of their sentences. The executions of Saco and Vanzetti were met with outrage and condemnation from various quarters. Protests erupt in several cities around the world, and the case galvanized intellectuals, artists, and activists who saw it as emblematic of broader issues such as civil liberties, immigration policy, and the potential for social injustice. The debate surrounding the case extended to questions of patriotism, ideology, and loyalty. While some saw Saco and Vanzetti as dangerous radicals, others viewed them as victims of an unjust system. Their case underscored the complex interplay between law, politics, and social dynamics in shaping legal outcomes. The year 1991 heralded a revolutionary milestone in human history, the public launch of the World Wide Web. Developed by British computer scientist Tim Berners-Lee, the web was a groundbreaking concept that transformed the way people interacted with information, communication, and technology. The World Wide Web, now just often referred to simply as the web, provided a user-friendly and accessible platform for accessing a vast array of digital content. Unlike its predecessor, the Internet, which primarily relied on text-based protocols, the web introduced a graphical interface that enabled users to navigate and explore information visually. Berners-Lee's innovation was driven by a desire to facilitate collaboration and information sharing among researchers at CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research. He proposed a system that allowed documents to be linked to one another through hyperlinks, creating a web of interconnected information. The first website which outlined the principles of the web went live in 1991. As the World Wide Web evolved, it gave rise to a digital revolution that shaped the 21st century. The impact of the web continues to be felt across the globe, with its influence reaching every corner of modern life. It has reshaped industries, redefined social interactions, and transformed the way people access and consume information. The public launch of the World Wide Web in 1991 marked the dawning of a new era, characterized by unprecedented connectivity and the dawn of the digital age.